with a tiny mid could be a bit problematic, but when the 5-man push comes, I think Alchemist is going to be able to get a decent amount of items. But
gonna get
more team fight.
I'm very surprised they committed to this Queen of Pain.
First Underlord, the Atrophy Aura isn't going to be that useful versus the Mass Caustic, so he should come out ahead as it goes later.
On top lane, bit of an opening here onto Ramses. In fact, with the Blade Fury doing an insane amount of damage, and the backup's not there for the Luna. Rezo, playing this game under the tag of Bulba, has been able to claim first blood in this top lane. But as we can see, we are just putting the pressure on and making it just a little bit more difficult for no one to feel comfortable coming to the lane. Top lane, meanwhile, again, another initiation onto Ramses. The Voodoo Restoration isn't going to be enough. They'll lose a hero. There'll be a stun onto Misery, in fact, from the creep here as Lil comes in with the Centaur rotation, but they can't finish off the kill and return. But it still is more than what Ramses has got. And they do have to be very, very careful. Lil just permanently sitting up on the top lane. In fact, Saxa taking a cast scan, a Lucifer beam to the head. Falls incredibly low. Can they get the clapper from the Smasher? They can't quite get in range. In fact, BC, they're the ones turning back round. Looking to go aggressive themselves, solo, falling low. Voodoo Restoration again is not going to be able to save him. Ramses, can he actually finish off Misery here? He's trying to chase him down the river. Misery, oh, he hides in the tree line, gets the stun to make sure that Ramses didn't have the vision for the Lucent beam. Misery duking out a potential death. He may still be in trouble. Can he get his way out? No, no one's there. We'll finish him off. But a sweet little play there from Misery, just making it that little harder for Ramses to get the kill. I mean, Juggernaut, how are you catching out this hero? Are you kind of just waiting on no one to pick up kind of a blink dagger or something that's going to allow you to turn these around? And well, talking about no one, could be in a little bit of trouble here. Moon sending up with a first stun. They're moving Misery and We jumps forward. And Sonic Wave and a stun there from Misery to finish off the Tiny. To find that farm, to catch himself back up in this game.
It's about time for VP to group up, but their lanes are just pushed out so far.
Good toss here onto Resolution to cancel the TP, of course, through the magic immunity. TP's coming through this time from VP. Bulba. Rezo, can he run himself away with a healing ward? No, he cannot. The combo there from no one to pick up a kill at the same time. Bottom lane, DC making a bit of a go onto Pasha. He'll drop down the pit. Can they turn this around? They will claim one kill in return. Doesn't look like they can get anything else though. Moon and Saxa will back off. So they get the kill that they were after on the bottom. They do end up losing Rezo on the top lane in return. Moon back in onto Lil. Weehar's there as well. Okay, they should be able to pick this one as well. Weehar maybe thinking if he could hold onto the Sonic Wave, but again, no messing from the man. Just make sure he secures himself the kill. So will escape.
He didn't follow him into the trees there. He lost a lot of damage from his epicenter by not being in melee range. But not sure if it would have been enough. I guess he wanted to kill the Dark Rifts.
Off the back of this, VP, they will be able to claim a kill in return. They find no one. Getting the quick combo onto Saxa.
With Blink Dagger, it's very easy to come back in kills. And now all the supports probably need some sort of HP item or Glimmer Cape.
Moon jumping in. Weehar looking to set up for the Sonic Wave. Gets a good 3-man, but immediately the mech comes out in return. Voodoo Restoration for Solo, healing up the side, but now Solo's out. Robocop, Moon falling down. He's out of this one. The Omni Slash comes through from Rezo. Chops down a second. They found two on the side of VP, but VP, they still want to fight. No one comes in again with the combo. Takes down Misery. Weehar should be able to blink out to the side. Saxa, he still wants to fight. Demonic Purge onto no one. Rezo coming in with a Blade Fury. They'll chop down one. He flies up the helicopter Juggernaut. Rezo, can he get out? The micro from Lil. The stuns from the mini columns. It's not enough damage, but the Firestorm is. Pasha lays down the Wrath and takes him out, and they may be able to find Saxa as well, the last remaining survivor here. This damage with that built-up Atrophy Aura just chunking through the Shadow Demon. He'll try and juke it down in the tree line. He's not going to make it, but can the illusions kill Ramses? He's being chased down here, and he tries to maybe go for a Glaive Bounce, but he's not going to reach him. So they get away with that one. They should have realized.
They should have seen.
Now we'll push in though, Ramses leading the charge, and there's the jumping from Moon. Immediately onto Ramses, then as well follow up from Misery. There'll be the jumping onto the backliners for no one. Can they actually get the kill here? Solo laying down a huge death ward. We are chucks in a Sonic Wave, but he did manage to bring off the kill onto no one. But at the moment, VP are the ones that are still standing strong in this fight. They take down a second.
No one's even low.
It's, I mean, just the heroes, the mech, the pipe. The amount of sustain that this team's got in these fights with the Voodoo as well from Solo.
It was a solo quaff ultimate, I believe, on the Tiny, and then Sinking died. And he's going to buy back for this.
He's going to buy back and immediately into the pit here. Moon, he's going to go for the Burrow Strike onto Lil. They will get the Chen, but Moon himself could be in danger. He's hiding himself in the tree line. DC, they need to turn this round, find something big, and they will claim a second kill onto the Underlord. Can they get more? Yes, they can. Ramsey's tried for the TP out, but the Burrow Strike from Moon is there. Into the Omni Slash. Ramsey's trying to turn. Moon building up the epicenter. No messing from this Sand King. Can they get Solo as well? They can't. Solo will be the solo survivor. They're trying to sneak in from behind.
We has too much HP, and he still has a dozen.
Can he get Misery before the... okay, Meejik, Glimmer Cave, and Misery, and they look a little to turn. They've got the stun off. They've found him out. Orchided up as well. He's in a whole lot of trouble as Weeha jumps in, finishes off the kill.
That sentry just died, and it was a trap. It's nice to, you know, test them, make sure they're ready. Potentially, they might have panicked and gotten the Tiny buyback. So.
Talking about the Tiny, Weeha has found him. He just came under the sentry wall, jump forward from Wee, and with the Scream, they'll get it. Wee with the solo pick off onto no one. Doesn't look like they can do anything in return as well, VP. They have the pit, but not take a hero down. They'll look to go back in for this push. And we'll see if they can stop him again this time. Won't be the Shrine ready to heal them in this mid lane. Cast to the face, and he drops down the healing with Demonic Purge, and Omni Slash coming out from the side. Solo puts down the Death Ward, immediately has to back off those. He takes too much damage here from the bounce of the ball, but Sonic Wave clips the Witch Doctor right at the tip, so Weeha will be able to claim his life. Can he get the push on though, DC? So looking pretty strong. The healing was taken down, but they're in a good moment and a good position as Moon comes in, immediately looking for the epicenter onto Pasha. That'll be enough damage to deal with the Underlord, and DC opening up the mid lane, clearing out the Rags, and not losing anyone for the time being for it, as well as it. Moon and the team get themselves back out safely. Well, here we have it, bottom lane, ready to push up in. Do have the ward down, Moon. They'll blink up, they'll take away that vision from VP. And what can they do on the defense? There's the lead in from Pasha. You get Blade Fury from Rezo. He'll back off. The chain stun's done the Death Ward, doing a hell of a lot here, but there'll be defensive disruption, allowing Moon to get himself back out to safety. Death Ward down, and VP not finding anything as of yet. A good jump in from, no one gets the toss back onto Moon, but again, there's no follow-up lockdown. The Bloodthorn onto Pasha, making sure that there's going to be no pit to catch him, but in fact, he forces forward, will get the pit down onto the Shadow Demon. Saxa may have to be left behind here. Glimmer Cave, but it isn't going to save him. They'll lose one. A nice blink and a toss back, bringing one in, but the Omni Slash coming out to no one. Rezo's been able to chop down the Tiny. But it's a 2-for-1. VP, because they were able to claim that Weeha kill there, because of no one's commitment to chucking back in. And DD on the man, Bulba, aka Rezo, ready to go for this push. They've still got that Aegis. They've achieved pretty much all the objectives that they can outside of the base, and back and they go. No one will get a toss back, bring him under tab. Rezo taking huge amounts of damage. The Banter and the Glimmer Cave keeps him alive though. Let's see if they can find anything to punish this play from DC. Moon will be defensively disrupted, but he's going to be stuck in the pit, and he's out for the count. That's going to be one man down. Can VP get anything more? Ramses leading forward, no one. Will he be able to get some sort of initiation catch-up onto this one? It looks he will be able to with the toss onto Saxa, who has got the Glimmer Cave, looking for some sort of a juke, but the sentry's down. VP will take another. So again, shutting down these pushes, and that was the Aegis push from DC.
At least, so they can perhaps get a jump. But waiting perhaps for Tiny to poke his head out. Rezo will just walk up the hill.
Yeah, and he's starting to push down on the bottom.
Yep. Underlord's not here, so this is good.
No one jumps him and beat it with the Bloodthorn and the Sonic Wave. The damage just rips the Tiny to pieces.
He was not even able to pop his BKB there.
Gone in an absolute flash, and DC, they'll go in for more. Moon comes in with a beautiful Burrow Strike onto 2. Pasha, Solo, and Lil still fairly tanky though against this siege from DC. Weeha jumps in with a Shadow Strike onto Ramses, forcing it back to base. Omni Slash from Bulba, chops down the Witch Doctor. A Burrow Strike from the SK to catch out Lil as well. Blade Fury and Epicenter jumping down on the Chen as Lil's out. And DC, they may have just done it here, Ben. I mean, there's 3 heroes down on VP. They don't have buyback. At the minimum, they're going to lose this bottom set of rats, and maybe even more after the back of that fight.
That is GG well played. I think a couple of crucial mistakes from VP this game really cost them. The 2 deaths by no one leading to the mid siege, and both times just giving it Roche just by having all the, like, so many creeps available.
Invoker though.
Yeah. It is. There it is.
Okay.
2 flights of stairs, but from the east side, it's a lot easier because they're already on high ground.
Got to be careful, Saxa. He's going to find this. This should be an easy kill here for DC. It is an Underlord, but level 1, they've got the damage to deal with him. As the smoke pays off, and just in time to take that bounty rune.
Earth Spirit doesn't, so favorable trade for him.
I guess that's kind of good news as well for the side of DC if the Earth Spirit's up top. It gives WeHire a bit more confidence, a bit more space in the mid lane. An arrow combo with Saxa, finds Solo though. And again, DC already with these pickoffs.
Coming in, so I think it's safe to assume that he's not going to be able to see us as well. He's living under confidence here.
As well. Can we play his way around this one? It looks like he's going to have a lot of trouble on his hands with the Hex into the stun. They'll take down the Invoker in the mid lane.
A higher level than him at this point, and already pressuring even more with the stun on top. There's a spin onto Zinking.
And Moon could be in trouble with a follow-up Boulder Smash. They've got a good amount of chain stun, and Moon, he's already struck burrowed. He can't get himself out of there.
Wow, he aggressively burrow striked onto the Juggernaut, and Earthspirit's like, okay, well, I'll take this free kill.
If they do look to head towards this top lane, they really want to do their best to just try and slow down this early game farm of Ramses. Solo is going to be one to instigate things as he comes immediately in with the Hex into the stunner with the Blade Fury. Moon once again in a fair bit of trouble, does have the Burrow Strike this time, so gets out. Let's see if they can go for a bit of a counterplay here. Misery closing forward with the Starstorm and the Soul Catcher amplification. They'll take down Solo.
Ramses looked like he didn't know that the arrow had already been casted, tried to potentially block it.
Looking to put a bit of pressure in on this bottom lane. Misery kind of poised behind Pasha. If they can get any sort of lead in, they can go for a bit of play, but as you're unable to find the arrow, will force Pasha back with immediate TPs coming through from the side of VP. They want to try and fight this. They send 4 forward, no one remnants in. He's not going to be able to get the grab onto Rezo. He wants to look for an easier kill. He's eyeing up Misery, trying to close the gap. A little lower mana here for the combo, but the smash, that'll allow them to close the gap, get the steering chains down, and burn him out with a flaming guard.
That will be the 3rd kill for VP. Quick reaction that you need to stay rich as a support.
This could be nice for VP. With the remainder of the smoke, no one was able to get himself in position on towards the bottom lane, and they're going to look towards Rezo. He's got no backup at the moment. Pasha and no one. Starting to close in onto him, and Lil's there with the backup as well. Rolls forward, hits the smash. There should be able to punch. No, WeHire's there. He's going to look to try and save Rezo. Can he do anything in time? He can't. Rezo will still go down. WeHire unable to do enough to hold back the aggression of the 3 heroes of VP. He does have the Omni Slash, and Solo moving into position with an Invis Rune. They could try and fight this one, VP. Pasha setting up with the route onto Saxa. Misery still sticking around here. We'll see who Solo goes for with the Invis reveal, and it's a stun straight up onto Misery. Misery falling low, chopped down by the Omni Slash. That'll be 1 kill. We'll also take the deny on that top tower as well. So VP to turn this one around and force them straight back. A little bit of an uncharacteristic misplay there from Lil Zersker.
I think he's going for Vanguard.
Misery. He's had a bit of trouble in the mid lane with the arrow spam before, but with that kind of setup, he's always going to be able to find the follow-through hit up.
The CK illusion's a lot if he were to go for Crimson Guard, but Vanguard by itself seems pretty underwhelming. I don't know. He must have done this before. I've never seen it.
It's been a nice setup, but again, it's hard for them to find the follow-through. VP ready with the reaction, straining onto Resolution, jump forward from no one. It's going to be the Phantasm from Rezo as he tries to juke his way out of this one. Good tornado from Wii, holding back the side of VP, so they'll save Rezo. Thinking about coming back in under the cover of Moonlight Shadow, but there is a sentry down on Virtus Pro's high ground. And Saxa, maybe having to be a little bit careful in this mid lane. Actually, Pasha has got to be even more careful. He's the one left behind on VP, down on the bottom. Arrow into the epicenter of Moon. And they'll claim themselves another one, bringing it to 5v5 on the board. No one wants to try and find something in return, though. Comes in immediately. A good silence as well there from Lil, but he can't quite finish off Moon. Moon, straight up with the Sandstorms, keeps himself alive. A Chaos Ball onto no one holding him back. Moon and the boys just getting themselves out. The Magnetizer's on them. They're falling down low. Moon might, in fact, tick out. Indeed, he will. They'll get the kill on Moon with the Magnetize. And they jump forward for anything more. Still 8 seconds until they have a remnant on that Ember Spirit. Tried for a stun onto Wii. Solo won't find it. Now he's got to be careful because this poor old lion is going to get absolutely squished to pieces. But oh, he gets out the final finger onto Misery. He makes sure he brings someone down with him, Ben.
Maybe this build is better for the right click now, as you mentioned with the talents. He already has phase boots. What does he get later though?
We'll see up top though, Lil with a good initiation onto Moon. They've got a massive amounts of chain lockdown. Is it enough though? Moon Tries to burrow strike away, but with the magnetize on him, he will fall. So VP, once again, claiming the life of Moon Meander.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Needs to be a little careful. Ramses was around, but no way to really close the gap. We had TP from Resolution straight in towards the mid lane, in fact, and that tornado set up in the Colts now will allow them to close the gap onto Pasha. Phantasm is going to be needed, really, for the damage to finish him off, and it will be there. No one jumping in, looking for the counterplay, chains onto 2. Ramses coming across as well, has got an Omni Slash available, but the Moonlight's out. They will now drop a sentry solo. It's the stun onto Rezo. Omni Slash comes through. Saxa, what is the disruption, though? He may just have saved the life. No, he hasn't. The Hex is still there. They will still lose Resolution despite the best attempts, but Moon coming back in with the epicenter. Oh, it's absolutely huge. They did expect the Moon Meander. They killed him up top. I don't think they were ready for him TPing straight back into the middle after respawn. Takedown in his team fights, even if they do get the initiation onto him. DC. Smoketown ready to fight. They'll look towards Solo. This should be a quick and easy pick-off. TPs will be coming through. VP want to try and fight back into this one as Lil comes in the midst of it all with the magnetized Resolution plus the Phantasm, but Ramses with the Omni Slash of the Blade Fury, it's enough to take him down, and VP aren't done yet. Searing Chains onto Weeha. The Vanguard not going to be enough to save his life there. As VP, they'll shut that down, and maybe a little bit trigger happy there from DC jumping in on that line of the tier 2 ban. We've got to experiment, and we certainly doing that.
I don't even think that probably likely not from this patch, because not that many people play Invoker in this patch.
Top lane, Lil looking for an opening, gets a lovely boulder smash onto 2 here. Rezo caught out, Moon will come back in, channeling up the epicenter. The tornado is actually going to mean that they dodge some of the damage here. That's going to allow no one to remnant out, but they will get the kill onto Lil. VP, they may not be done yet though. Pasha drops the pit down. Weeha turning to fight with this Maelstrom, biting into the Pasha Underlord. Moon jumps forward as well with the Burrow Strike, pipes out Mech as well, but the Demonic Purge drop down from Saxa will ensure that they do find the Underlord kill as well, as we picks up a double. It may not be done yet, Rezo. Can he get a grab onto anyone? It looks like he...
Again, it's not only the sinking that can offer them the stun. They want to be able to hit him with a 5-second arrow, but you need setup for that, and Shadow Demon just isn't reliable enough a lot of the time.
VP ready to set up onto Weeha. They'll look to go in with the stun. Demonic Purge holding back Solo. Immediately Lil rolls forward. There's a Hex up for Solo as well. Magnetize comes out, but Resolution just manning up into the fire with the Phantasm Illusions. They've taken down 2 members of VP. They do end up losing Weeha. Omni Slash from Ramses comes through, takes down Saxa. DC retreating under the cover of Moonlight Shadow at the moment. They have to be very careful. Their Resolutions are kind of on the back line. Moon tries to channel up the Epi, will get it off, was only kicked back, so it doesn't cancel the channel. Not enough damage to finish off VP though, and Moon, out of mana, could be in a bit of trouble himself. Has 5-1 charges. Won't be enough to get him out as Lil Ramsey's there hunting for him. How's he going to miss him here? So with that sort of a Jukan and a blink away, Moon, he'll be back to safety. In DC, will they stick around though? Already reforming, regrouping, and ready to initiate again. There's Moon with the jump in. Gets the stun only onto Solo. Solo could be potentially ready to turn around for this one. Looks for a good stun onto 2. Will get it. Jumping for no one. Looking towards the sidelines as both Misery and Taxi get caught out by the change. Pasha taking huge amounts of damage. Those Rezo comes in with the illusion. Moon with the Epi straight in and the Burrow Strike onto Solo. DC, they take 2. Can they get any more? No one, already remnants away. Rezo with his Shadow Blade looking to close the gap, but he will be silenced by Lil, so he can't follow through with a stun. Get that online indeed with that buyback, holding him back. And DC getting the objectives as well as the kills, tier 2. You see if it falls actually already. But yeah, VP want to fight, and DC, can they actually hold their own here? They're a little bit low. Wee turns up, mans up, this damage against no one. He's just ripped him to pieces. He'll get fingered, there will be a disruption. Can we play his way out of this? He can. Forces out with the Ghost Walk. He's back to safety, and DC just collapsed straight back in onto VP.
They are falling apart. He missed the Earth Spike after the disruption. What he missed him, but he thought he could pick up 1 or 2 kills and his buyback wouldn't be in vain. I think the fight before that was what really set VP back. They used the illusions from the SD to scout out before.
And Lil has found Moon. Could he play his way out of this one? There's going to be a lot of members of VP looking for him, and it looks like too many for Moon to potentially deal with. A tornado will fly through, but with the change, the Firestorm, they will cut down the Sand King. So VP managing to find Moon out on his own.
For him, but you can pop that with a Cold Snap, which is
true,
cast. Reality Rift would also pop it, and then you just get CK stunned anyways. So there's a lot of ways for them to deal with it. Same King also has 2 items.
He's found Ramses straight up. PKB Phantasm, the arrow isn't going to connect in time though, but Ramses taking too much damage as Resolution rips him to pieces. Looks like DC as well would just head straight up to the top. They see the opening. They'll be ready to go for it. What could VP do to stop this? No one. Trying to spam out the chains. Jump in from Lily, gets a good magnetize, but immediately the turnaround is there. Tornado takes him out. Weeha finds one. He's moving in for more. Moose jumps in with the burst strike. There'll be a quick extra from Solo. He has to be careful. He's falling down low. But again, it seems he's fine because VP, they just can't continue to jump in anymore. Another chains. Misery ticking down incredibly low there. Keeps himself alive. And DC just stand the ground, should be able to claim this Rax. There'll be the burst of the Aegis. Moon coming in with the epicenter, looking to chase down Solo, blinks forward. He'll be hexed up, but that isn't going to stop the pulses. Solo falling low, no one back in. Chains holding the Weeha, and they find him. It's just so hard for them. They've got the lockdown it seems, but they just don't have the damage back.
Take Underlord if it's available to them, and then they really like the Juggernaut, even prioritizing it over the Luna.
Midnight. Resolution's actually found Ramsey, but Ramsey just turns with the Omni Slash and gets the kill. Rezo, he did not want to be there, Ben. He's just given up a massive kill to the Juggernaut. And in fact, down bottom, the rest of TC could be in trouble as well. Silence onto 2, magnetized as well. They'll be forced back. VP actually punished this and get a resulting kill. Misery's going to look to try and turn. Arrow and the burst on Solo, not quite enough to kill him. The Tornado, that should be enough to finish off the line, and indeed it will. Wee picks up the Solo kill. Lil, Ramses, looking around for Saxa. They're trying to hunt for more, but Moon comes straight back in with the Epi and takes Lil's life. So DC, not done yet. We are. Socrates up. And they kill this man before the Dark Rift comes up. He's got a few seconds. It's ticking down. Can they kill him quick enough? They cannot! Just in time there, getting back to safety.
Would have killed the Invoker with the Omni Slash, so that fight would have just been disastrous for them. Especially Roshan respawn after.
Solo is there, but only for a couple of seconds. Solo is now gone. Ramses is actually trying to leap forward into this one. Lil as well. Look for the boulder smash. Look at the chain and the follow-up stun onto Resolution, but immediately turn around for DC. They'll close it onto Ramses, but in fact it's DC nearly losing. Weeha's incredibly low. Can they finish him off? No one attacking, trying to finish off the Invoker. They'll get it, but Moon comes in with the epicenter, the bow strike. Triple kill for Resolution, and they're not done yet, DC. They look towards Pasha, the last remaining survivor of VP, and they'll find it as well.
Man, the Invoker just stands his ground and just does so much damage in that fight. Like he
GG,
the right click.
They're tapping out, Ben. It's too much for VP here. DC have brought an absolutely incredible level of gameplay to this series. Both games looking very strong, something a bit refreshing. Weeha with this Invoker Vanguard Mjolnir BKB build